Hello, hello, hello. Let me know how the sound and picture quality is once somebody shows up. There's nobody here to hear me say that, but I will just don't like there to be a bunch of empty space at the beginning because that's awkward. Myself coming to you live from Facebook, YouTube, Facebook again, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube again, Twitch, X, and TikTok. I think I already said TikTok. TikTok, I'm going to be interested in today because I got a bunch of viewers the last couple times I did lives, and then I did another one for a few minutes yesterday, and there's like nobody on it. So literally nobody on it. So I'm wondering if it's like one of the things where they tease you with the first few to see if you can get a lot of views, and then they take it away because that's kind of their pattern. But anyhow, when we get some folks on, where did my comments go? That's weird. Huh. Somebody say hello when they can, because I just swear to God, I saw somebody say hi a minute ago. Adham says hi, Chris. Shannon says hey, Chris. There we go. There are some folks on TikTok. So hello, TikTok, who does a wonderful job of pushing it out to people, although people don't tend to stick very long. We're going to just do like we did the other day. If you weren't here, let me go ahead and tell you. Basically, I just want to help troubleshoot some businesses and help make people money because money is good. There's your tip for the day. Money is good. If you don't have it, I suggest getting some, and I'll be happy to do that for you. So, there are two questions that if you can answer these for me, I can help you with your business and we can both get better because I want your attention. Hey, what's up, Chris? Chris says, hey, Chris, we are live and ready to make money. My man. Eugene says, hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. Is it just Eugene, but like without the E? Hey, Chris, I'm all ears. No, you're not. You're a heart, your lungs, your brain. Dad joke. All right. So here are the two questions. Let me see if I can't space these out a little bit. And we'll put those on the screen. So anybody that's watching, why does it do that? Go ahead and answer these. But if you can't, if you're on TikTok and you can't see the screen, it says, number one, what in your business do you wish you had more time for? And number two, if you could wave a magic wand and change one thing in your business, what would it be? If anybody wants to answer those for me in the question, not in the questions, in the chat or in the comments or whatever it is, wherever it is that you're watching, that would be aces. And while we're waiting on that, I'm going to go ahead. There were a couple put in beforehand, but I'm going to go ahead and stream to the Superstar SEO. You know, let's do it to the Legiit Facebook group today because the engagement there has been poopy lately. I just said poopy on a live stream because I'm that confident in my manliness. So let's go live video. Go live. Steel, what's up, Steel? Steel says listening on the stair climber way better than loud EDM music. Thank you. I think. Yeah. No, seriously, thank you for that. Let's see. What is your live video about? Paste. Let's see. All right, and I'm going to start answering these in just a second, but I want to get live in the Legiit Facebook group. So, because I want more of your attention because I'm needy. Not really, but you know, it's funny to be funny. I'm quite a hoot. All right, so, and then we'll go here, 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 and here. All right. All right. So let's see. We got Chris. I'm going to say Chris because I know you go by Chris mostly, even though it says Christopher there from SEO Bank. There's your free plug. So this is the answer. This is the answer to question number one. What's your business you wish you had more time for? Sales outreach. Joshua says, hey, what's up, Joshua, over on TikTok? You're like my only reliable TikTok viewer, and I appreciate that. Anyhow, let's see. Sales outreach. So if you don't, and this is somebody else said the same thing. If you don't have time for sales outreach, you You actually do. The only reason you don't have time for doing more of that is that you're too busy doing fulfillment of some kind. Again, I'm going to have to make some assumptions because I don't know all the details, but tell Chris, Josh says A from Niagara. Chris, I think that was for you. Chris Labat, that was for you. That was from Joshua Allen over on TikTok. Anyhow, yeah. So if you're not having time for sales outreach, the only possible explanation other than laziness, and I know you well enough to know that's not the case, is that you're doing too much work, meaning you're doing too much. You're an SEO, so you're doing too much, whether it's link building, whether it's content, whether it's technical, you're doing too much of this stuff. And that kind of goes to your second problem, or second question, which is get an agency manager. I think you kind of already know what you need to do here. You need to get someone to start doing the stuff so you can focus more on sales outreach. So just bite the bullet, hire someone. I know it's easier said than done, but just bring in somebody, whether it's, I hate this expression, but I'm trying to get used to it because they don't mind it, but a VA, if you can get a VA to start doing some of that, and then they can start maybe grow into a manager role, that's the way to do it. And that frees up your time because you always have time for more sales. If you don't, it means you're either doing too much, doing nothing, or you're doing too much stuff, because ultimately you can have time or you can have money. And if you legitimately don't have enough time, it means you're doing too many things that don't do sales. So figure out what those are. Maybe record your day. I have a tool I can recommend, but record your day, journal what you're doing, and figure out where you could do that. Maybe come in an hour early, stay in an hour late, whatever it is. So without more specific, of knowing how your agency works, that's kind of where I would start looking. Keith says, hey, Chris, Josh says, hey, Josh. I like that I'm kind of the matchmaker here. If you're on TikTok, if you could give me a rose, that would be great. I took a TikTok live course and they told me that I should ask for that. So that would be just perfect. I don't know how that works, but anyway. Robbie says, hi, Chris. Hey, Robbie. Al says, hello. What the fuck? Hey, somebody just gave me a rose. Thank you, Josh, for that. I don't know what that gets me, but I appreciate it. Yash says, hey, I'm back. What's up, Yash? Okay, so we had a couple questions beforehand, so let me go track those down so I can answer those because we don't have any more at the moment. So, and by the way, guys, I love doing these, so thank you so much for the engagement and the not engagement. That's kind of a cold term. Let's see. And now we are also live in the Legiit Facebook group, which I've never done before. So hopefully I don't regret this and get flooded with freelancers asking me how to get orders, because I hate that. So Joe, what's up, Joe? Joe is a great customer and friend of mine who has a great fitness blog you should check out. Joshua says, any SEO news? The biggest SEO news today is that SEM or SEMrush, depending on your preference, bought Search Engine Land. I think that could be big because they showed when they bought Backlinko that they have some interesting approaches on what is and is not appropriate. So I think that's the biggest news for today that I can think of. But all right, so let's take a look. And the next question was from Steele. More time for creative marketing /marketing or making video tutorials would be what was the question? It was, what do you wish you had more time for? And then he says, if he could change one thing, better systems that feel more automated /automatic instead of reinventing the wheel with every client. So let's do the second one first. For that, you basically kind of know it sounds like you already know what you need to do, right? You need to set up SOPs and you need to get people to execute systems. You already know what to do, presumably, in your business. So now that you know what to do, you need to get people to do it for you. There's no better automation than a human being. And I don't say that to be disrespectful to them, because they are human beings and you need to treat them as such. But there's no make automation that's going to work as well as a human being. So assuming that you know what you already know what to do, you need to document that and then give it to somebody and make them go through it and see what they fuck up. There goes my monetization. But see what they fuck up and then correct them. And when they fuck that up, and then make them start over again and just keep repeating that cycle until they can get all the way through the documentation without fucking something up. And then you have solved that automation problem. And in my opinion, that will most likely free you up for number one, right? That will mean that you now have more time to do creative marketing and making video tutorials. I assume that you mean like the Loom videos, like you mentioned on Monday. So if you get some people to automate those tasks for you and do it the same way over and over and over again for every client, and I'm assuming you're SEO too. I don't completely remember what your business is. But if that's the case, then you can get 90% of the work on every SEO campaign to be the same. I know that we like to think that they're all majorly different, and there are going to be some differences, but you can get 75 to 90% of it the same every time. So do that, and that should free you up for number one. Let me see if there's anybody over on the Facebook group. Not so far. Man, Facebook group streaming just took an absolute Georgie. Joe says, hey, Chris and everyone. What's up, Joe? Chris says, really? Yeah. It's all over the news today the news, such as it is in our industry. Yeah. SEMrush bought Search Engine Land and all their, I guess they bought the company that owns Search Engine Land, which is a collection of other publications as well. Luis, it says, hi, Chris, have a good day. And for everyone, thank you, Luis, however it's pronounced. Christopher says, after they went public, they've been eating things up. Yeah. You know what? And I don't blame them. Acquisition is probably the fastest way to grow. Like you can spend time building new things and growing new things, and you should. But if you can just go buy something that's already working, you can take a great leap forward. And hopefully I didn't sound too much like Mouse tongue there, but you can take a great leap forward because now you just own something that already works, you know? Search Engine Land might be the most expensive link ever bought by SEMrush. Yeah, but you know what? When they start changing every reference to Ahrefs to SEMrush, I bet it's worth it. And I don't know that they'll actually do that, but they damn sure did that when they bought Backlinko. And I don't care, but I remember the owner from Ahrefs and one of the other like public reps of theirs whining about that, something fierce. Aaron says, hey, Chris, what's up, Aaron? Always good to see you. Steele says, yes, correct. Steele says, thank you. Promoting Prime and live. No, that's just what I happen to have there. I needed, one thing I've learned in doing years of live stream is to always have something to drink because your voice will get hoarse and it doesn't sound as good that way. So there you have it. I guess you can count that as a tip. All right. There was another question on Facebook. This was from Jason. And he says that the thing that he wishes he had more time for was generating leads that turn to clients. I assume that means turn into clients. And the thing that he would change if he had a magic wand would be have 10 clients paying him $1,200 a month. Well, first of all, I like the specificity of that second point. It's not just, I would like to have more clients. It's a specific number with a specific amount. So it's good that you have that. Having said that, I'm going to sound like a broken record here, but you can either have time or you can have money. So when you say that you need more time for generating leads that turn to clients, I think of a couple of things. The first thing I think is that you're not using your time wisely. And then the second thing I think is that you are getting leads, but you don't know how to turn them into clients. So without knowing those specifics, I'm going to tackle each one of those. If it's just a matter of time for getting leads, you are either doing ineffective lead gen or you're just not doing enough. So do more if you have a system that's working. If not, try other things. Like if you're doing cold email and that's not working, keep working on that until you get it right, but also work in cold DM or work in the celebrity method or work in cold calling or work in networking events. There is literally an infinite number of ways to get clients. I'll never understand why this is the part that people struggle with as much, but I mean, I guess I do understand. But so if you have one that's working and it's just not working enough, do more of it. That might mean getting up an hour earlier, staying up an hour late, working on a Saturday or a Sunday, or maybe let's assume that you're in Eastern time. That might mean working until 8 p.m. because it's still business hours, 3 hours longer if you play with the time zones. But if it's a matter of just not enough time for a system that's working, time is easy to find. If the system's not working, you're going to have to either try new ones or keep getting better at the ones that aren't working. And that should lead directly into the next one, right? Your other point was you would have 10 clients paying you $1,200 a month. That more leads, more that convert to clients, that answers that. So solve number one and number two happens. Number one is the magic wand for number two. And the immature side of me, every time I say number two, makes me think of, I can't help myself. Now Legiit will acquire a SEMrush. No, we're not publicly traded, but I'm not going to lie. I would have a conversation with them if they wanted one. So about the other direction. Robbie, what's up, Robbie? Long time no talk. The joke there is I just talked to Robbie a few minutes ago. He says, yo, salute. What's up, my friend? Aaron says, in the past, how did you up a client's monthly cost for services? I've had clients for 5+ years and haven't upped my service cost. I think inflation is bullshit as an excuse, but most people don't. So I would try approaching them with that. As you know, in today's world, it costs, X amount more to buy a carton of eggs. Everybody's been affected by it, and that includes me. I want to continue to give you the best possible service. And to do that, I have to be able to work profitably so I can do the best work I possibly can for you. My skills have increased by X, Y, Z. And I think I can get you more results if I had more resources. And to do that, I think I need to bump up my, to do the best job that I can do for you. I'm just going to need an increased investment of X amount of dollars per month. So let me ask you this question, Mr. Client. Do you want more results like this? Because I want to get them for you. So if so, let's work this out. Something like that, I think, would be a great approach. Now, you're going to have to customize that for each person. The good thing is if you've had them for 5+ years, you know them well enough to know how to talk to them. You know what I mean? So do that. That's how I would start approaching that. I've never actually asked a client to increase their amount, but if I were going to, that's what I would do. Still nobody in the Legiit group. That's disappointing. Let's see if we can't at everyone and do that. Christopher says, what's up, Robbie? Aaron says, it's more like my skills have increased and they're worth more. Well, there you go. But ultimately, the actual reason that you're asking doesn't matter other than you want to make more money. I would leverage the fact that people think inflation is a problem as a way to talk to them, especially if you think that they are, how do I put this nicely? People watching the news that will think that inflation is a problem. Say that to them and see if that resonates with them. Joseph, what's up, Joseph? Says, hello, Chris. Happy National Bosses Day, by the way, to anyone that has employees. It's but without a doubt, my favorite part of my life is that I get to work with so many wonderful men and women. So and Georgie. So it's I don't know. I'm just very happy about that. So show the people that you work with, and I don't like to say that work for you, but show them that you appreciate them, even though it's supposed to be Bosses Day. Let's see. Let's go over to Facebook and do some ads over there too. And if anybody has any more, I can sit here all day and improve. And it doesn't have to be the specific questions. Any questions you have about business or anything along those lines, I'm happy to help. But the two specific ones that I can use to diagnose are: what in your business do you wish you had more time for? And if you could maybe magic wand and change one thing in your business, what would it be? So before I do that, let me go see if I can get some more folks on Facebook. If you're watching this anywhere other than YouTube, please go to chrismwalker.tv and subscribe and turn on notifications. We are doing these 4 to 5 times a week, and I love engaging over there. But I really want to grow my channel because it's very rewarding to me, like more so than the other channels. So that would be something I would appreciate if you could do. If not, that's fine too. Shoot. We're also live on the Legiit YouTube channel, but that's more of a repository. So, I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your name, but it says, hi, I'm from Egypt. I say hello. Hello, person whose name I can't pronounce. Yash says, happy Boss's Day, Bossy. Why, thank you, Yash. All right, let's put the questions back on the screen. But if you have any other questions, let me know, and we will keep going. Let me see if I got anybody over on Instagram. We got a few folks on. We had Jeremiah was on a little while ago. Mario, what's up, Mario? I don't recognize the rest of you folks, but I appreciate you joining. TikTok seems to have died off a little bit. JP, what's up, JP on TikTok? There seems to be a delay from when it shows me the person to when there's someone actually there. Tebby Chiropractic and Sports Medicine Clinic out of Charlotte, North Carolina. There's your free plug. Says, we are fleshing out an idea for the folks in Western North Carolina. It's a dating app called Family Tree. What are your thoughts regarding its success? I am 46 and single-ish. So single-ish, I think, is the best way to describe me at the moment. So I don't know that I can offer expert. I know you're just joking, but I don't think I can offer expert advice in this area. And I don't like to offer advice if I don't know what I'm talking about. So I've seen your wife. I think that you are much more qualified to answer that than I am. And when it comes to relationships. So I should be asking you. And I hope you take that as the compliment and of which it is intended. How will you answer your second question considering your own business? If I could do that, it would be dev time. Things don't, and it's nothing against our devs. It's just the reality of how long it takes to develop things. But it would be that things, the minute I had an idea, that it could just come into reality and wouldn't need to go through actual development. If I could wave a magic wand and fix something. Randy, the news guy, says, hey man, hello, Randy. Oh shit, James Gregory on TikTok. What's up, James? One of the OGs, assuming it's the James Gregory I know, one of the OGs of SEO. What's up, James? I hope I get to meet you in person someday. Alan says, thanks for both of those. Thank you, Alan, as always. Nick joined us on TikTok. Let's say hi. I wonder what say hi does. I appreciate that, James. Let's see. Over on YouTube, nothing fresh off the presses there. Let's check out the Facebook group. Man, Facebook live streaming is just ass. Kirsten Merritt just joined. Hello, Kirsten. Let's see. We are, if you are just joining us, we are answering the 2 questions that I can use to diagnose and improve your business to help you make more money by the end of the year. And those are, what in your business do you wish you had more time for? And if you could wave a magic wand and change one thing in your business, what would it be? And as a bonus, third question is, who is your daddy and what does he do? Anybody can get that reference, hopefully. All righty. And Yash, you didn't ask, but if I was to answer number 1, if I had one, I have all the time that I need for the most part, but if I had one thing, it would be to do more of this, to do more content, because that's the one lever I can really pull all by myself with that will move the needle. And I hate that expression too. I have a lot of expressions that I hate. I remember Annie pointing that out to me before, but words matter. So that's why. Oh, Scott, I haven't talked to you in a while, Scott. Hope you're doing well over on Instagram. What's up, Scott? Shoo. Nerdy Chicken Win just joined on TikTok. I'm told that by calling people out that they will stay longer. Hopefully that turns out to be the case. I'm trying to crack this TikTok code. Man, it is just not for me. We've been here for about 23 or 24 minutes. So we'll keep going, although the questions seem to be dying down a bit, but we'll go for at least a half hour. So if you have any questions or anything I can answer for you, let me know. Yash says, what if someone won't be able to figure out both of the answers? I don't understand the question. Do you mean if I tell someone what to do and they can't figure out how to do it, they can ask more or they can try harder? You literally have access to the entire knowledge of humanity in your pocket most of the time. If you can't find information, you're probably not trying hard enough. Let's be honest. How can I make my SEO agency successful? This is from Learning Hub. So I don't know what your situation currently is, but the key to, and let's see, Cool Duke 3BA just joined on TikTok. Hello, Cool Duke. The key is to make an offer that helps people and present it to them. If you know how to do SEO successfully, and you have done that in the past, and you can prove it, find similar businesses that need, just SEO and prove it to them. Cyan Bladed Fox just joined. What's up, Cyan Bladed Fox? Bubblegum joined. What's up, Bubblegum? But yeah, if you have a case study proving that you know what you're doing, you can go show that to similar businesses. So say you helped, I don't know, a power washing company get more leads in X amount of days. Document that and then go show it to other power washing companies and offer to do it for them for a small amount or free. And so you can get another testimonial. And then for the next one, you increase the price a little bit, and then you increase the price a little bit, and you keep documenting and doing that. In the meantime, you also do exactly what I'm doing right now. And you make tons and tons and tons of content to prove to people that you are an authority that they should trust. So when you present your case study to those people, they'll go Google you. And I have a story about that in just a second, but they will go Google you. They'll see that you are legit. Yeah, I did. And then they will trust you and they will give you money, and then make sure that you deliver for them. That's kind of it. That's what I would do. I know that's very general advice, but that is where I would go from there. So Alan says, do you currently create content with the idea of becoming incorporated in the generative? I don't know. I don't specifically target that because I don't know what's required. I assume that it is similar to the way that you get, how do you call them? Featured snippets and stuff like that. But I don't specifically target that, although it would just be peachy if that were to happen. Edward Aboud joined. Robin Lee joined. Tyrone, Nick, lots of folks over on TikTok. Boy, do they do a good job pushing out their content. I know I've said that several times, but I'm repetitive. Yash says, no, if someone isn't able to figure out first and second question, what do you're still not being specific enough. Do you mean if they aren't able to figure out the answer, if they aren't able to figure out what the question, like how to answer the question? If that's so, then they need to use their imagination a little bit better. Digital Marketing Ninja Secrets says, what are your two biggest regrets as a business owner? Not starting sooner and not hiring sooner, without a doubt. Those are the two that I regret the most, because sooner means you get there sooner. It means you fuck up sooner, and then you figure out what you did wrong in those fuck ups sooner, and you can fix them sooner. And the sooner you figure things out, the more money you make. And that's really all I care about. Not all, but mainly what I care about. So that would be it. If you want something more specific for Legiit, I would listen less to freelancers and more to customers than I did in the beginning. Learning Hub says, I mostly target local businesses for my SEO agency. Nothing wrong with that. I don't know if you have a question associated with that, but yeah, that's fine. That's what a lot of people do. And if you have gotten them, if you've gotten results, prove it, and then go show it to other local businesses and say, I did this for them. I'd like to do the same thing for you. Would you like to have a conversation? I know that it's obviously going to be a little more complicated than that, but that's the gist. What would be the best way to document, as you mentioned a while back? Does it mean documenting a case study on social platforms, or what way? On your blog, on your social media, everywhere that you can? Say they started here. There's a specific format and template for a case study, but basically it's, they were here. That was the problem. This was my solution. This was what I implemented. And these are the results that I got in this amount of time. That's how you document it. Claire Causey just joined. Dre Day just joined. And everybody's celebrating. Jim Castles just joined. Not hiring sooner is my very first. Should I hire for projects for a full-time guy, or depends? It depends on your situation, what you need, but have a clear vision for what the person you hire will do so they can, and I'm going to use a cliche here, which I shouldn't do because I hate them, but so they can hit the ground running on day one and start improving your business. And, if you are 100 and somebody you hire is 50, and that takes that 50 off of you, you are still 75 and 50. You're still at 125 just by hiring someone. So it's worth it. Georgie was my first full-time hire. And he still runs my entire superstar business today. So 8 years later, or whatever it is. Joseph says, I had a side hustle that took time to grow because I don't have much time to accommodate orders. I wish I hired someone sooner to help me fulfill orders. I assume that, it kind of sounds like you answered your own question there, that hiring someone to help you fulfill on that side hustle is how you get more time for it. Yeah, I don't know. Rich Schildig 102 just joined. What's up, Rich? Southern Rebel just joined. What's up, Southern Rebel? Lunchenzo 271 just joined. What's up, Luncheon? And literally nobody is joining over on Instagram because they suck at pushing out content. What are some underrated business opportunities for freelancers that could yield fast results in terms of wealth building? I hate every part of this question, and I don't mean any disrespect to you by that, but you shouldn't be looking for underrated opportunities as a freelancer. As a freelancer, you should be looking at selling something that you are good at that can get results for people. If it's underrated, it's going to be hard to sell. So figure out and you don't build wealth fast and you don't build money fast. You need to go have something valuable that people will give you money for, and then tell them that you have this valuable service that you can provide them and ask them to give you money for it so you can prove it. Joshua is back, and we have Aiden and Riley. Say hi, Joshua. Say hi to Riley. I wish I could grow a full beard by the end of 2024. I don't know what you have going on beard wise, but you still have 30, 61, 75 days or so. If my head math is right, you can get a pretty healthy beard going in that time. So I don't know about a full beard, but you can make some serious progress. See if there's any questions over in the Facebook group. Man, that was just a complete bonk. Let's see. Man, Facebook groups just do not do well with live. Joshua Allen, the SEO, there's your free plug. Smart Links, I believe, is your business, if my memory serves. And it usually does. I have a fantastic memory. Riley just joined. What's up, Riley? Different Riley than before, I think. Joshua says, yes, sir. You got to be a little bit impressed, but that I remember that, right? I know that I would be. That's good. Bump. Alrighty. Yeah, we're running out of questions. The comments weren't showing up on screen here before at Facebook. Yeah, it's because I'm streaming directly to the Facebook group as opposed to through StreamYard, because they shut off that access and there's just no good way to do it. I'm going to eventually have to give up on that, it seems. Because even like sharing like my profile over into the group, it doesn't get any reach. And apparently streaming directly into the group doesn't get any reach either, which is just, apparently Facebook just doesn't like live anymore, which is disappointing. Let's see. Let's refresh over here. TikTok dying off a little bit. Instagram's been dead. So we'll let it go another few minutes. And then if you have any questions in that time, let me know. I hope you're enjoying these types of streams. I'm going to have more topic specific ones, but I just didn't have time today. Are you using TikTok Studio? No, I don't think I am. I've heard of that, but I don't really know what it is. I just push go live and the little plus button at the bottom of my screen. I don't know really anything about TikTok. So TikTok makes me feel very 46. I'm not going to lie. It's an app you can download on PC. Oh, interesting. I'll have to check that out. Yeah, because I think that would be better than streaming from my phone, but I don't know if it'll allow me to do it while my camera is being used. But yeah, I'm going to check that out as soon as we get off here. Now, I want to say that YouTube attendance has been fantastic this week, so thank you for that. That really means a lot to me. So thank you. It's 3:34. I'm going to give it till 3:40. My nose is itching. Does that mean that somebody's talking about me? Is that the thing there? Balthazar Chavez just joined. What's up, Balthazar? Say hi to you. There's a lot of us older people on here. It used to be younger. Okay. I mean, I'm still trying, but I just do not feel it. Ken Braun just joined. What's up, Ken? So here's a great one. This is from Smart Daddy. Some tips on hiring someone to help you with your business. How do you end up trusting them? So first of all, the TikTok man just joined. Maybe he can help us. Wesley Yornick just joined. What's up, Wesley? So some tips on hiring someone to help with your business. So there's two parts to this. How do you end up trusting them? Tips on hiring would be to understand the culture and values of your company. So somebody that's good, like skill wise, that doesn't fit in isn't going to work regardless of how good they are. So what you're going to have to do is understand who you are and what you're looking for in a person. It's almost like dating in that way. You know what I mean? Like you need to understand that. So look for that before you look for skill. Now they have to have a little bit of skill as well. And then you ask how you end up trusting them. It's you give them smaller tasks. First of all, you're just going to have to, on some level, accept that not every human being is not trustworthy. But I understand it's your business and it's how you pay the bills and it's something precious to you. So you do have to earn that trust. And the way you do that, at least the way I've done that, is to start small, give them tasks that if they suck at them or if they screw them up or they're not to be trusted, it won't be that harmful for the business. Have them do that repeatedly until you can trust them implicitly with that, then bump up the difficulty of what they do, and then just kind of cycle through that, right? Like give them more responsibility as they prove they can do it. And then eventually they're going to hit a ceiling on what they're capable of doing and not capable of doing. And that's when you stop. So hopefully that answers that. But just to reiterate, the questions were some tips on hiring someone to help with your business. Culture fit is more important than skill. And trusting them is by giving them smaller tasks and letting them master them, and then continue to give them more as time goes on. If that was the case, my life would be a lot worse because it's not breathe right. It's hostage tape. But yeah, I wear this almost all the time. I also have started wearing it purposely on my content because people always comment about it. Eugene, it says, business name question. What should I go with? Eugene Sutak, one word, Eugene Sutak, or Eugene SEO. Do not go with Eugene SEO, in my opinion, because then that limits what you are doing. You might want to add content. You might want to add PPC. You might want to add whatever else in the future. So that limits it. I regret doing that with Superstar SEO, for example. Marianne Collette just joined. Hello, Marianne. As far as the other two, it doesn't really matter. If your name is Eugene, which apparently it is, Janice just joined. Hello, Janice. I'll go with that, I suppose, but either of those is fine. But don't go with SEO, in my opinion, because it limits what you can do. It makes it harder to sell in the future, too, if that's something you end up wanting to do. Alan says, when we hire, the first question we ask is, what was a major issue you overcame regarding job task, and how did you overcome the problem? Please provide details. That's a good question. That's not one I ask, but that could be good. Rick and Anna Spence just joined. Hello, Rick and Anna. Or I assume it's Rick and Anna. Fingers crossed I'll get hired soon. All right. Let's see. It's 3:38. We'll keep going for another 5 minutes till about quarter till, and I think we're going to wrap it up. Then we'll wrap it up like she had a high body count. Ooh. Just lost half the female audience. Yeah, let's see. Landell Cox just joined. Joshua says, I'm going to get coffee. Good to see you again, man. Good to see you too. Appreciate that. Ashish says, great to see the conversations. Yes, my friend. Look, I booked my trip yesterday. I'm looking forward to seeing you in person in January when I speak at SEO Conference India. In fact, let's India SEO Conference. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and plug that because I like to plug things. So I'm going to be speaking at this young man's conference in Pune, India. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. In January on the 11th and the 12th. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen so you can see that. And if you are capable of getting to India, I'd love to see you. But this is the event. It's India SEO Conference. I also put it in the comments and in the chat and whatever you call it. Anthony V just joined over on TikTok. Hello, Anthony. Derek Willis just joined. What's up, Derek? Anyway, it's at the Radisson Blue in, Hinjawadi, Pune, India. I probably butchered that. Some great speakers. We got Kyle Roof. To be honest, I don't know some of these folks, but there's me with a picture from about 10 years ago. We got Maria Benedict, Chris Palmer, always a great time. Kira Koroshlova, who's been on my channel before. I think you might have her name spelled wrong, by the way. I want to look into that. But Kira is a brilliant mind when it comes to international SEO, and I'm looking forward to getting to meet her in person. I spoke to her today. Navneet, who is spoke at my event, Legiit Live. Looking forward to seeing him again. We got Amish, Isabel, Deepak, Manish. A lot of people I'm going to get to meet for the first time, which is fantastic. Himani, Malhar, Kashal, Shripad, who is the one that initially reached out to me about the event. So thank you for that, Shripad, and Bonnie. And then you can see, you can book your tickets and all that stuff here. And you still got plenty of time, although I would not wait. There's lots of great stuff there. So really excited for that. And that's coming up in January. Perfect pronunciation. Nailed it. Shannon says good Q&A today again. Thanks, Chris. Thank you, Shannon. Always appreciate your support. Mia Haggerty just joined. Hello, Mia. Preston just joined. Hello, Preston. People dip really fast off of these. I'm going to have to figure out a way to overcome that. Because that's what we do as business owners, right? We figure shit out. All right, I'm going to go ahead and log off of the Facebook group because nobody's there anyway. That's disappointing. And we're going to stay here for about 3 more minutes, and then we're going to call it a day. Good turnout again today, guys. Thank you so much for that. Your support means a lot to a lot of people. I hope that I'm able to help and benefit some of you, at least in some small way, because, you know, that's how business works. The more people you help, the better, the more money you're going to make. And that's really what it's all about. Greta Kilpatrick just joined. Hello, Greta. Derek is joining us again. Hello, Derek. What did you do, excuse me, specifically to take your agency from 5 to 6 figures a month? To be honest, my agency is no longer a focus of mine, just for full transparency. Legiit gets most of my time, but it's just doing more of what works, like getting more systems in place so you have a repeatable process, and then just documenting what works and showing it to people. It's just a matter of selling more. You know, what you figured out what's working, just do more of it. And if there's a constraint, if you have a specific constraint, then you can remove that. You know, maybe the constraint is you're spending too much time on something. Maybe your salespeople aren't closing enough sales. Maybe you don't have enough people doing sales. But look at the constraints in your business, remove those, and watch the floodgates open. So a constraint, if you don't know, is imagine that there's a hose with water flowing through it, and there's something clamping the hose right here that's slowing down, and autofocus is getting messed up, but is slowing down the water coming through it. You remove that constraint, the water flows through the hose at a much better rate. So I can't give a specific thing. I would have to diagnose your specific one, but there is some constraint that's holding your specific business back. Identify that and let me know if you know what that is, or if you want to talk through it, we can do that. But figure out what that constraint is and remove it. Yash says, trust me, these Q&As are doing great. Valuable questions. Thank you, Yash. Riggins just joined over on TikTok, and he bounced before I could say, make a Friday Night Lights joke. Your words hit my dopamine every single day. Why? Thank you, Yash. Come for the information, stay for the dopamine. All right, we're going to wrap up in about 1 minute. So if you have any last minute questions, let me know. Uh, beating my wife. Anne just joined on TikTok. I'm not going to wave to you. Hopefully that's just a joke that I don't get. But yeah, do me a favor, guys. I'm going to go ahead and sign off of TikTok. Thank you for watching on TikTok. Let's see how the results there were. And now, not nearly as much as the one the other day, but you know, not everyone can be a win. 136 viewers, one gifter, and one diamond. So for 45 minutes, I guess that's good. I don't know. But if you're watching this on YouTube, do me a favor, please subscribe and turn on notifications. It means a lot to me. It helps the channel grow. It encourages me to do more of these and try to help as much as I possibly can. So please do that. If you're not watching on YouTube, please go over to YouTube and check out chrismwalker.tv so you can subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss a live stream or a video ever. That's it. Have a great day. We will be back. Yeah, we'll be back tomorrow. I don't know what time. I have to look at my schedule. Thank goodness my my wonderful assistant will be back tomorrow so I can know what I'm doing again. Anyway, thanks for watching. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you chose to spend some time here with me. I will never take that for granted and will always appreciate it. Till I see you again tomorrow, figure out what you want out of life and go out and get it because you owe it to yourself and you owe it to the world. I'll see you again soon. Peace.